So today I'm going to explain why viral infections hit people with adrenal fatigue so much harder. And more importantly, I'm going to share my proven protocol for both preventing and healing those infections. Now, let me share something that most doctors must forget. 95% of respiratory infections we see aren't bacterial, they're viral, which means antibiotics won't help. Yet I see patient after patient who's been put on multiple rounds of antibiotics, which further compromises their already weakened immune system. Now, here's why that matters so much with people with adrenal fatigue. Think of your immune system as having three key players: your innate immunity, which is like your first response team, and two specialized forces called Th1 and Th2. When you have adrenal fatigue, excess stress hormones actually force your immune system to choose between those two teams, weakening one while overstimulating the other. It's like sending your defense out to play offense and then nobody's left guarding the goal. Let me share two quick patient stories that illustrate this pretty well. So Sarah came to me and she had her second bout of flu in about 2 months. She'd done everything right, took her supplements, even worked from home to avoid exposure, and even got her flu shot. But she kept getting sick, and each infection was lasting weeks instead of days. And then there's the opposite end. So Michael comes in and he says, "Doc, I never get sick." Now that might sound like a good thing, but it's actually a red flag. When someone with adrenal fatigue tells me they never get sick, it often means their immune system is so compromised, it can't even mount a proper response to infection. Remember, those symptoms like fever and inflammation are signs that your immune system is fighting back. And if you're not getting any of those symptoms, it might mean that your guards have completely left that fortress. Now, let me walk through my protocol for strengthening your viral defenses and why each element is specifically chosen for people with adrenal fatigue. Now, if you're finding this helpful so far, I'd really appreciate it if you take a moment and subscribe to my channel. Turn on notifications. I share new information every week about healing adrenal fatigue and everything it's associated with. And my goal is to help as many people as possible understand what's really going on with their health. The foundation starts with vitamin D3. Think of vitamin D as your immune system's drill sergeant. It trains your immune cells to respond more effectively to threats. What makes this especially important for adrenal fatigue patients is that chronic stress depletes your vitamin D levels. Plus, vitamin D regulates your stress response system, so it creates this positive feedback loop for healing. Next is buffered vitamin C. And the buffered part's important. Regular vitamin C can be a little hard on your digestion, which is already compromised if you have adrenal fatigue. And the buffered form is better tolerated and more easily absorbed, and it actually helps support your adrenal function while boosting your immunity. It's like getting two benefits from just that one supplement. The third component is cod liver oil or fish oil. I tend to prefer cod liver oil because it has some extra vitamin A and D, which are both pretty important for proper immune function. Plus, it has the immune-boosting omega-3s that help regulate your inflammatory response. And for adrenal fatigue patients who often have chronic inflammation, that regulation is a big deal. Fourth is zinc, which I consider absolutely non-negotiable. And here's why. Zinc isn't just about immune function, it's also about being vital to your stress response system. When you're under chronic stress, you rapidly deplete those zinc stores. That creates a vicious cycle where stress depletes zinc, low zinc weakens immunity, weak immunity creates more stress on the body, and the cycle continues. But here's what I want you to understand about these supplements. They work different in different people. Because your stress response system is compromised, you can't just take the standard doses that you'd find recommended online. You need a carefully calibrated approach that takes into account your unique situation if you have adrenal fatigue. Now, what if you feel like something's just coming on? So here's my emergency protocol. We immediately want to increase vitamin D and vitamin A substantially for a short period of time. We also add a natural antimicrobial. Berbeриne's one of my favorites because it's a powerful broad-spectrum antimicrobial, which can help. It means it can help a variety. It fights a variety of germs, viruses, bacteria, parasites, and you also want to crank up your vitamin C. Quality matters over quantity. I've seen too many patients on poor quality supplements that their compromised digestive system couldn't even absorb, and that's why my protocol uses specific forms of nutrients chosen for their bioavailability and their ability to support immune function and adrenal healing both. There's also 3 simple lifestyle changes that make a huge difference. First, you got to wash your hands. This alone can significantly prevent most viral infections. Second, you want to limit sugar intake, especially during flu season. Sugar isn't just empty calories, it actively suppresses your immune response for hours after you consume it. And the third, and this is a big one, manage your stress levels. Because remember, stress is what compromises your immune system in the first place.